What is up, guys? Welcome to Naval Strike. So I do apologize. I just did about 5 hours of recording and editing and was just about done. Vegas crashed on me and my backup was corrupt. So I'm starting from scratch right now. And I apologize if I sound a little flustered, because I am. Anyway, Naval Strike. So I hopped in the first day, played it quite a bit, and I was like, these are okay, you know. Well, nothing was really sticking out to me. I was playing mainly domination, and I was like, okay, they're just big open domination maps. Got into Conquest, and I was like, okay, these can be really fun for Conquest. And then I went back to go get some more B-roll for background, and I had a completely different experience than I did the first time. So I was like, okay, I should probably spend more time before I make a video on this. And so I went back, played some more, and I think I have a better grasp. So domination, the maps are kind of split down the middle. So like half of them, Naval Strike and Wavebreaker are close quarters and kind of spawn trappy if we're being fair. I don't know. I think they can be fun, but 64 players can get a little sketchy sometimes. Lost Islands and Operation Mortar are a little too spread out for my liking. It's better than something like Caspian Border, which was really far apart in the flag department, but I think they're trying to kind of mix it up in the domination and not have every map have the flags like equidistant. They're kind of switching it up to making it a little bit of like the Conquest small, like we saw on Second Assault, and it's a little bit more close quarters, like almost a Metro. So you kind of pick your poison on that one. The new game mode, Carrier Assault, is pretty cool. The first time I played it, I think everybody was trying to figure it out, and my opinion was really skewed on that game mode at first, and then I hopped back in, played a few more games last night, and I was like, okay, I see how this can be a lot of fun when, you know, the whole team is really into it and not just messing around with all the new vehicles and stuff like that. So once it got down to it, it's basically Conquest and then Rush, if you didn't know. You capture flags. When you capture a flag, it fires a missile at the enemy team's ship. You hit the enemy team's ship enough times with the missiles, it opens up, you get inside their ship, and you play a miniature game of Rush. So it's cool. We'll see how it plays out. You know, like any new game mode in Battlefield, it takes a while for everybody to kind of get their bearings and get going. So I think it will be cool. We'll see. It really does get pretty crazy when you get inside the boat, because again, it is close quarters and very Metro feeling. So I don't know. We'll see how it plays out, like I said. Now on to the bread and butter. Conquest Large. Again, Battlefield 4 is designed around this game mode, and it really just plays the best in pretty much all aspects, as far as vehicles, infantry, everything. So I think as of right now, Wavebreaker is my favorite map. It has a lot of outdoor activities and it has like room for choppers and boats outside, but you get inside the sub base, and it's really close quarters. A lot of good gunfights happen in there, and there's like 3 flags right there in that center. So if you have a good squad, you can kind of hop in between each flag, just defending it and picking up the slack around those areas. Now, Lost Islands is pretty fun. There's a center flag that has the crash plane in it. Everybody's calling it the Malaysian airline. Maybe a little too soon, a little bit poor taste. But anyway, there is a flag right there, and it's right in the middle of the map, but that plane gives a lot of cover, so you can sneak in there with a squad, but there might be a whole another squad waiting for you in that plane from what I found. So that's a cool map, and the water's not too deep in between the islands. So it's a viable option just to run between flags. You don't necessarily need some sort of watercraft or something to get in between each flag. Naval Strike is coming to the table with a little bit of nothing, basically. I haven't found anything on this map that really sets it apart from any of the other ones. You know, Lost Islands has the cool plane in the middle. Wavebreaker has the really close quarters in the middle of the map and the sub base. And Operation Mortar has the cool hill that you can attack with the mortar base on the top. But Naval Strike was kind of felt like an afterthought almost. There's nothing really cool out there. So we'll see how that one pans out, but right now it's not my favorite. Now, Operation Mortar is absolutely insane, fighting for that flag on top of the hill where the mortar cannons sit. The mortar cannons themselves are fairly useless, but when it comes down to actually fighting up that hill and you got choppers raining down fire and everything like that, it is crazy insane, and I really, really enjoyed that that little aspect of the game. I think if you're a Conquest player, these maps really cater to that, as with, you know, all Battlefield 4 maps. Rush, I played a little bit of, and it's kind of iffy. I think anytime there's water in Rush, they don't match too well, because the attackers are always at a disadvantage in that case. You know, if their vehicle gets shot down, then they are screwed. You know, they're swimming, and it's just fish in a barrel at that point. So I think there's some better options as far as Rush maps go, but we'll see how they play out. Again, you know, it takes everybody a little while to get their bearings going, but as far as Carrier Assault goes in Conquest Large, highly recommended. If you're going to play Domination, pick carefully, I would say. You might get a little frustrated and a little bit spawn trapped, but a lot of potential out there, guys. Let me know if you have played them, what you think. I'm going to be busy for the rest of this week, so I do apologize if there's not a lot of videos out for the rest of the week. We'll see if I can get another one out, but it might not be till next week till I'm really popping with the videos again. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for checking out this one, and I will talk to you later.